You're taught as a kid to judge everyone around you to stay alive. And then you grow up, and some of these things we've got to drop. We've got to change the way that we see people. But here's the catch. Ever since you were a baby, it's like you had little baby glasses when you came out of the womb. And then every experience you have builds more into the lenses of those glasses. So when I look out into the world, I was raised by my dad, and now you're all shocked. You're a tomboy? I can't believe it, right? I was raised by my dad, and I have always had a heart for animals, right? I've always had pets. I've always rescued even baby birds that don't need me at all, and which I learned from the wildlife people. But my whole life is around the experiences that I've had. That's how I built up my perspective on the world, right? So I see the world in a very different way than somebody who's raised by their mom or somebody who's just raised in their country. And I can tell you this because I've hung out with prisoners, right? So like their version of the world tends to look a lot different than mine. They've had a lot of different experiences than I've had. So we're all looking at each other with our little baby glasses on that build up all these experiences, and we're looking out into the world, and we think that the other person is thinking just like you are. Have you ever done this? You're like, well, I would do it this way. And the other person's like, that's not even on my radar. I would never handle a situation like that. We tend to assume that people are thinking like we think. And then when they make decisions that don't make sense to us, what do? They're bad. It's wrong, right? Judgment, this idea that the way that I see the world is the only way, has gotten us into a lot of trouble. To the degree that you allow other people to live their life based on their childhood, how they were raised, based on their perspective, to the degree that you allow people to do that and you free yourself up from having to wonder, is that morally right, is that morally wrong, I don't know if I agree with that, I don't like that decision you make. All that energy that you spend is a waste. Because we're not actually connecting to people then, are we? We're too busy judging them.